Today, I'm bringing you one of those tales that make you second-guess humanity's knack for making choices. Stories that don't just skim the absurd, they dive right in, roll around, emerge sparkling, and plunge back headfirst. 3 weddings, 3 catastrophes, one guy stuck in the eye of the marital mayhem storm. If you're already hooked in, I know you are, hit that like, subscribe, and share this video because this is the kind of saga you only live once and thankfully, someone else endured it for you. Let's kick off with Jimmy and Belle. 2 folks who, in theory, were tight buddies with our main character. Close enough to hit him up when they needed a favor, but not close enough to show him basic respect, it seems. 'Cause he 30-year-old lawyer, well-mannered, dependable, with real musical chops, had always been the type to say yes to those he cared about. He enjoyed lending a hand. He loved music. And he genuinely thought friendship was a two-way street. Until this wedding hit. Jimmy and Belle messaged him out of the blue with their scheme all set: "We'd love for you to play and sing at our wedding." You know, the whole mass entrance, offerings, communion, exit, everything. Everything. Not one tune. Not a couple of numbers. The full Catholic service, which isn't exactly a quick 15 minutes. He, as usual, replied kindly, "Sure, that sounds nice. And that way I can join the celebration as both guest and performer." 'Cause that's how it usually goes if they ask for such a huge favor. The least they do is invite you, feed you, thank you, the basics. But fate had different ideas. Days passed. Then weeks. While everyone buzzed about their physical invites, outfits, suits, assigned seats, he had zilch. No card. No PDF. No sticker. No "Hey, did yours arrive?" When your close pals are tying the knot, you notice if you're off the list. Trust me, it stings. So he asked politely, "Hey Belle, I haven't gotten the invite yet. Maybe it got lost?" Belle shot back right away. "Zero shame. Oh, we had to trim the guest list. But you can show up early to rehearse and perform anyway." Sorry, what? Not invited, but okay to work? How does that even compute? In what alternate reality is friendship gauged by how many freebies you can squeeze from someone? He was thrown off but stayed quiet. Just said, "Got it, no biggie. It'll be there." Buddy, that was your first slip. You were way too gracious for those people. The big day arrived. He showed up early, on time, pro level. Rehearsed alone. Set up gear alone. Sang alone. Played the organ alone. Filled an entire ceremony with music alone. And when it wrapped, he packed his stuff, threw on his jacket, and walked out like he'd been at a stranger's gig. Because really, that's what it was. No table for him. No food. No drinks. No thanks. Not even a "Hey, you played beautifully, thanks for coming." By then, he wasn't a friend anymore. He was a free service provider. A few days later, no thanks came. So, he sent a professional invoice. Fair amount. Nothing over the top. Silence. Sent a polite nudge. Silence. Waited a whole month. Mailed a formal demand. Silence. And that's when the lawyer in him woke up. He filed a lawsuit for breach of verbal agreement, unjust enrichment. Went to court solo, armed with screenshots, texts where Belle specified songs, times, directions. Jimmy and Belle showed up looking like, how dare he? Someone explain why folks think ghosting a lawyer will make the issue vanish. The judge reviewed it all. Looked at our guy. Looked at the couple. And ruled pay the full amount plus costs. Case shut. From their pandemonium, Jimmy acted clueless. Belle posted stuff like money ruins friendships. Betrayal hurts. What irony. The betrayal was yours, Belle. You asked for free labor. You ignored the texts. You treated your buddy like unpaid staff. Our protagonist, meanwhile, just said if they'd show me a shred of respect, this never would have happened. And he was spot on. 'Cause this tale was just Act 1. If you figured the lawsuit story could fill a whole season, let me set you straight, that was merely the appetizer. 'Cause the cosmos apparently picked this guy as the unwitting star of a trilogy. A trilogy of weddings. A trilogy of chaos. A trilogy of busted friendships that ought to come with mental health warnings. Enter Kelsey, the bride, the lady, the icon of unhinged control. She had a vision, a Pinterest-fueled fantasy, an ocean-themed wedding. Not just beachside. Not blue dresses and done. Nope. We're talking gradients from sky blue to deep abyss, imported driftwood, fake but realistic starfish, an arch mimicking a grand mermaid, and obsession so fierce you'd think she was born under the sea. And he, as ever, wanted to back his friend. Be there. Cheer on. Plus, he had a loyal sidekick Mercedes, his long-haired dachshund, sweet, calm, utterly adorable. A furry princess. A gorgeous girl. A four-legged gem. Kelsey's invite noted the event was pet-friendly. So he planned to bring Mercedes on a fancy leash, ready to be his ideal +1. All good. All set. Until the text. The text. One day before the wedding repeat one day, Kelsey sent a message proving this marriage was headed for epic disaster. It read, "Hey, I need to ask something super important. If you're bringing Mercedes, you have to shave her. Her fur clashes with the vibe." Shave. The dog. Shave a living creature 'cause its shade doesn't match your wedding. Are we nuts? He, baffled, replied, "Shave her? Why? I've never heard of that request." Kelsey fired back like it was totally reasonable. The brown and black fur breaks the ocean palette. I need neutral tones or groomed pets for the theme. Groomed animals? What's next? Demanding a cat show up with makeup to match the dessert table? Mercedes, of course, had gorgeous, long, silky fur, totally normal for a dog. But in Kelsey's head, she wasn't a pet. She was an accessory. An item. Another hue in the scenery. He, with full dignity and patience, I don't know how he kept answered, "Am not shaving my dog. She's family, not a photo prop." Kelsey, unable to take a no, blew up. "Don't be dramatic. I'll grow back. It's just for everything to look flawless." How I'll grow back? It's not lawn. It's a living being. An animal. What's wrong with these people? Our guy, fed up, ended it firmly. "Am not altering my pet to fit your wedding. If that's an issue, I won't go." Response came quick, "Then don't come." Followed by, "I removed you from the bridesmaids chat. No point in you staying." And just like that, ladies and gents, a years-long friendship ended over a dog's fur color being wrong. And that wasn't all. One bridesmaid texted straight, "If you show with unshaved Mercedes, well, politely ask you to leave." Politely? There's nothing polite about shaming someone over their dog. Nothing. He chose not to go. But he wouldn't bow out quietly. So he prepped a special gift for the bride, the pricey bridesmaid dress he bought and never wore. The leash had gotten to match the theme, fancy wrapping, and inside, a card with one thing, a smiley face. The classiest way to say, "Hey Race, your perfect aesthetic." I'm out. The wedding went on without him or Mercedes. But per reliable sources, Leo, a groomsman clueless about the mess, the ceremony turned into a tragic opera. 6 groomsmen, 5 bridesmaids. The groom with OCD muttering, "It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong." The bride's mom drafting a random kid to hold shells. The kid tripping on the walk. Photographers dashing like they were covering a live crime. Picture shaving your dog for that. For this wedding. Meanwhile, he and Mercedes headed home along the coastal highway, wind whipping through windows, Taylor Swift blasting as a freedom soundtrack. Mercedes in the passenger seat, furry, untouched, joyful. As it should be. Hours later, he posted a natural pic of Mercedes, with screenshots of Kelsey's wild texts. No insults. No extra drama. Just facts. And the caption: Mercedes regrets not ruining the ocean palette. She prefers her fur. Iconic. If you thought the dog tail was peak surreal, hold up. One more gem. Cause this guy, before becoming the official magnet for wedding chaos, had already endured one of those humiliations that linger in old photos. This final act is, how to put it, a masterpiece of needless drama, fueled by insecurity and social obsession with rules no one gets but everyone enforces. Buckle up. This bit happened years earlier, when he was just 20, short on social savvy, zero grasp of the weird wedding etiquette world. Back then, he was dating someone who took him to a distant cousin's wedding. A standard affair, nothing fancy. He just wanted to wear something nice, suitable, comfy. And picked a white dress with blue print. Not plain white. Not bridal gown. Not shady design. A summery, colorful, breezy, everyday dress. One of those you grab at any store, worn by tons of women every summer without signing a social pact. But life and weddings especially can turn the ordinary into a major offense. He arrived chill, no clue. Sat down, greeted a few, grabbed a drink. No one said a word. No weird stares on entry. All seemed fine. Until the holiest moment, the bride walking back down the aisle arm in arm with her new hubby. That instant meant for smiles, happy tears, claps, cheers, or spotting an imaginary foe, depending on the bride's vibe. The bride, glowing in her huge white gown, beamed till she spotted him. Stopped. Stared hard. And with polite poison in her voice, hit him with, "Oh, you wanted to be the bride today. Excuse me? How do you wreck your own glory moment to stab a guest verbally? So scared of competition that a blueprint scares you?" But it didn't stop. Oh no, that was just the opener. All night, he faced a special torment: classy bullying. Bullying masked as compliments. The most passive-aggressive. The most toxic. The most wedding-y. One bridesmaid approached with a sweet grin: "How brave to wear that dress." Another, sugary: "I couldn't pull that off, especially at a wedding." A third, "That's a very bold choice." Bold would be showing in a bikini. Bold would be matching the bride's dress. Bold would be crashing the vows with an opera solo. This was a printed dress. Printed. Not sabotage. Poor him, clueless. Didn't know the no white rule. Didn't realize folks could turn clothes into an affront. Felt so pressured, he stepped out to cry a bit. Not cause he wanted spotlight. Not for attention. Just cause he didn't get what had done wrong. Years on, he watched a YouTube vid on what not to wear to weddings and it clicked. That's why they were mean back then. I get etiquette. Really. But not the bullying. It's one thing to say nicely, "Hey, just a heads up, skip white at weddings." Another to shame someone with zero bad intent. And repeat, "It wasn't white. Printed. Printed. Half the world rocks prints in summer. Chill out." Over time, he realized that episode wasn't about the dress. Nope. Never was. It was the bride. Her insecurity. Her urge for total control over every glance and detail. 'Cause if mere fabric can ruin your day, the issue's you, not the fabric. He summed it up: "If they'd told me ahead, I'd have switched. I never tried to steal focus. I was just glad to be there." And that's the sad bit: he just wanted to fit in. Folks turned him into the bad guy in their head movie. 3 weddings. 3 wild scenes. 3 attacks on this guy for reasons science couldn't explain. Listing. 1. Wedding 1 unpaid gig lawsuit win. 2. Wedding 2 obsessive bride demands dog shave bail total mess. 3. Wedding 3 printed dress seen as insult bullying tears. And tell me, how wouldn't he feel the universe has it out for him? In all 3, he was polite, honest, tried to be a good pal. And in all 3 others weren't. No coincidences here. A pattern. The pattern where kindness makes folks think they can walk all over you. The upside? He learned. Learned to say no. To walk away. To stand up. Well, we've made it through 3 weddings like divine tests. 3 episodes that could crush anyone's self-worth. 3 spots that honestly make me want to hug our hero and say, dude, it's not your fault. But before wrapping this tale, cause there's still tons to unpack, let's dig into something key. How does one person end up in so many toxic wedding dynamics? Bad luck? Shady people? Or deeper pattern? Spoiler pattern. Let's talk him. Cause to grasp the full story, facts aren't enough. Gotta get the character. Was the sort who believes deeply in goodness. That helping's a virtue. Do right, and right comes back. And while that sounds lovely, it made him easy prey for the wrong crowd. He's the guy who says yes to avoid awkwardness. Keeps promises even if mistreated. Thinks everyone values friendship like he does. But reality differs. Whether asking him to perform free, demanding he shave his dog, or slamming a harmless dress, there's a thread. Those around didn't see him as equal. Saw him as a tool. A tool. Human. And that's tough. 'Cause few things hurt like realizing your friends were just using you. I want you to see how symbolic that lawsuit was. Not just cash. Not just a bill. That suit was literally the first time he said enough. He sued not from spite or revenge. 'Cause they ghosted him, treated him like nothing, figured he wouldn't fight back. Suing was self-respect. First time he stopped being passive and owned his story. And if Belle and Jimmy had any humility, this never happens. A simple hey, thanks for playing, Harry's a token payment would have sufficed. But nope. Look at me. Shaving a dog isn't aesthetic. Not funny. Not shallow. It's cruelty. Yeah, harsh. But true. Dogs need fur for temp control. Skin shield. Security. Fully shaving a non-medically needy dog can cause real harm. And someone asking you to hurt your pet to match their wedding, not whimsy. Clear red flag. Of control. Ego. Total empathy, disconnect. Kelsey didn't just want perfect looks. Wanted people and pets as props. And he refused. First time. Firmly. Friendship crumbled like cards. The printed dress. Gem of emotional incompetence. Analyzed, this differs from the others. No long manipulation. No favors. No wild asks. What was insecure bride turning innocent guest into frustration target? White rule exists. I get it. But difference between guarding your special day and baseless attack. Bride had no reason to rage at him. Not close. Not ex. Not rival. But still she needed superiority. Achieved via public shame. Bridesmaids, copying her, piled on. Domino effect. And Hyonger, Green bore the shame without knowing his crime. That left an emotional scar. Though now an anecdote it hurt. Deeply. Note this. He sparked none of these. Never sought drama. Never villain. Just existed. But surrounds wanted to use control, shape, critique him. Unknowingly, he fit a role too nice friend. Always yes friend. Never complains friend. No boundaries friend. And the wedding world especially can be brutal to such folks. 'Cause weddings aren't mere events. Stages where ego, social pressure, aesthetics, stress mix into emotional TNT. But Harry's the key part he changed. After exploitation, offense, ridicule, ignoring, using. He got a core truth: folks who love you don't make you feel small. So he began saying no, setting boundaries, picking company, not excusing inexcusable, rejecting affection scraps, nurturing true carers. And that, folks, is emotional growth. Toughest kind. Most painful. Most needed. We've analyzed. Cried. Laughed at absurdity. Well, final stretch. Still lots to say. 'Cause this isn't just laughs, outrage, or wedding gossip. It's how 3 supposedly joyful moments wedding spec mirrors, showing who cares for us and who just uses. He used to call it bad luck. Coincidence for 3 humiliating episodes. 3 times different people mistreated him. No, Han, not coincidence. Pattern. He gave too much. And giving too much draws takers. Folks who exploit, manipulate, demand, blame, dodge responsibility, then play victim when boundaries hit. And let me tell ya, nothing pulls opportunists like a kind soul without limits. Post-lawsuit, he got no boundaries? People steamroll you. Learned respect isn't begged, It's demanded. Demanding doesn't make you bad. That day, first time defending his worth. Post Mercedes, deeper insight, disrespect what I love. Disrespects me. If someone asks pet harm, even mild, they don't deserve your time. Saw Kelsey upset over no, 'cause it shattered her aesthetic dream. Understood some friendships aren't. Emotional convenience packs break when you stop pleasing. Post-stress bullying. Finally, not everyone's well-intentioned. And no need to be perfect for acceptance. That made him question worth, but also find it. 'Cause get this, he's no fool. No blind naive. He chose long time to see people's best. But real-world harsh on overtrusters. Not weak. He was an iscued. And lone goodness vulnerable. Not all wounds show. Some ache years later. Consequence 1 distrust. Stopped auto yes. Thought before favors. Got picky. Intuitive on timesharing. Consequence 2 silent grief. No deaths, but part of him died belief friendship always mutual. Consequence 3 emotional wake up. Learned spotting red flags, manipulators, one-way bonds, unfair treatment, crazy demands. And though it stung made him stronger. The nice bit post-disaster, he didn't turn cynical. Kept essence. Just guarded it. Stayed musician. Loved Mercedes. Stayed kind. But no more limit crossing allowed. That's evolution. 'Cause yeah, we always want to know villains' fates. Jimmy and Belle. Post-suit, friend group split. Many sided with him. Others mad for no reason. They never spoke again. Irony. Asked him not to guest. Then offended, he went pro. World upside down. Kelsey and Ocean wedding. Marriage launched in chaos. Stress. Symmetry-obsessed groom. Control-freak bride. Secrets leaked later. Someone spilled Kelsey forced family's strict color codes for Christmas. Another said she made sisters edit pics pre-Instagram. Shocked? Not me. Printed dress bride. Well. Apparently post-wedding clashed with friends over temper. Ex-bridesmaid said years later she had to control everything. Even emotions. Saw it from that first venomous aisle remark. If he could address you direct, likely don't stay where used. Where belittled. Where punished for kindness. Also, if a bond friend, love, family hinges on always yes, it's no bond. Emotional exploitation. Finally losing people. Sometimes isn't loss, it's freedom. True moral ain't weddings. Nor dogs. Nor white dresses. True moral no limits? Others said accept crumbs? Get crumbs. Undervalues self? Others do too. No learning? World crushes with yes. But he learned. You can too. We've reached end. Not any end. One that's conclusion plus lesson. Leaves scars but strengths too. 'Cause this story, packed with unintended humor, ridiculous moments, reality show chars is human. On boundaries, dignity, respect, and mainly rebuilding. Let's hit what you might not want to hear but need hurts more from friends than foes. Why? 'Cause trust, open heart, give time, share dreams, assume equal care. When cared for fails you wounds not practical. Emotional. That's why it hurts no invite, but free work demand. Want pet harm for looks. Humiliate overdress. Behind it you don't matter. But he learned key my worth isn't defined by others' empathy lack. We all have breaking point. Instant saying enough. For him after third. Recalling lawsuit wedding, dog wedding, dress wedding. Realized surviving draining ties. Most valuable self-fact cut painting cord. That day, vowed won't seek permission to exist. Small yet mighty phrase kicked off his new life chapter. And here's a beautiful part. When he set boundaries, said no, prioritized self, people split. True care support you, right move. Users you've changed. Being selfish. When accused selfish for stopping abuse they never cared. Just wanted your output. And losing bonds hurts, but staying hurts more. He started as yes-sayer, even in pain. Ended knowing his value. Defended job. Shielded dog. Owned dignity. Learned signs. Ditched toxic. Drew good folks. Grew. Healed. Kept essence. Crucial didn't turn cold. Hard. Numb. Just learned surround with seers of him as person. not tool. That's real win. What hits me most isn't absurd details plenty there. It's protagonist's resilience. 'Cause he coulda lost people faith, shut heart, not trust anyone, let bitterness define. But no, chose growth. That's admirable. Can't control treatment, but control pain's use. He turned humiliation to wisdom. If you're the always helper, always there Naverno, giver, giver, giver. Pay attention. Wrong folks keep taking till empty. Right ones think, reciprocate. Choosing heart recipients wisely ain't cruel. Self-love. 3 weddings. 3 wrecks. 3 lessons. Lesson 1: respect not begged. Demanded. No give. Leave. Lesson 2: pets family. Harmasker? Dangerous to you. Lesson 3: no sorry for existing. Not clothes. Presence. Personality. Who loves you loves asses. And that's it for this epic tale. Journey through madness, unfairness, broken bonds, personal growth, and wildest weddings ever told. Thanks for sticking to end. For listening. For space to this absurd yet deeply human story. If this moved, angered, or made you think, subscribe, like, share. Helps tons. And comment which of 3 weddings would have made you snap. I'm still mulling. See ya in next social fiasco.